Hi queens, welcome back to Be the Beat. And what did I tell y'all? It won't gonna be no 4 weeks before you see me again. I'm back again. I'm back again. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. So as you can see, I already have my makeup on today. This ain't a tutorial. It ain't. I planned to record a tutorial today, but it didn't work out. I was gonna cover a girl shift at work today, but kind of find out, I get dressed, I go to work, and she wasn't even really on the schedule. So, I mean, okay, bye. She asked me to cover a shift and she wasn't even on the schedule. So anyway, I got dressed and walked to work for no reason. So anyway, that ain't even what I'm here for. So my face is already done. It's a little baby slave for y'all. Anyway, we gotta talk. So the last video I posted, my haul, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. You saw my nails in the video. You saw how I needed a fill-in. I told you I was going to get a fill-in. Your girl went and got a fill-in. This ain't the fill-in though. This ain't them. So, a girl I work with, a different girl at Forever 21, her nails always be popping. Her nails are always cute. So I was like, I'm going to try her nail tech out because I get my nails done in Greensboro, but this time I was in Charlotte. So I was like, I can't keep walking around with it like this. I need my fill-in. So I was just gonna get my fill-in somewhere else in Charlotte. So her nails always be popping. So I was like, I'm gonna try her nail tech out. So I asked her where she go. I go, and they closed at 7:30. So I get there at like 6:45-ish. Okay, I know that that's kind of late, but it wasn't like I was asking for a full set and a pedicure and a brow wax. Like, I was just there for a fill-in. So I walk in. He asked me, what do I need? So I tell him I need a fill-in. So I ask him how much that'll cost. He tells me $17. Strike one. Because everybody know a fill-in be costing $15. So I'm like, why is your fill-in $2 more? Like, he was like, gel or regular acrylic? I was like, regular acrylic. He was like, 17. I was like, because everybody knows that a fill-in is usually $15. So I'm like, where is this extra $2 coming from? I want to know. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm already late. Like, I don't have time to go anywhere else, and I need this fill-in today because I don't want to walk around no longer looking like this. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So he tells me to go to the lady at the end. Okay, cool, but I haven't picked my color out yet. Can't find one in time. My cousin is with me, so I'm like, well, just pick me out a color. I'm gonna go sit down. If you guys know me personally, which a lot of you do not, my hands sweat. They're not sweating right now, but I have sweaty palms. That's just as simple as that. Like, nothing necessarily has to trigger them. It's not anything that I can stop. It's not anything I can help. Like, sometimes my hands just decide to get wet. And now that I'm talking about them, I feel them activating. It's just my body. It just happens. My brother's hands are like that. Like, I don't know. My grandma told me when I was a child that it meant I was anointed. So, child, I'm anointed. So I go down and sit in her seat, and she gets started, and my nails are sweating bullets. Like, they are at an all-time activated. Like, they are on fleek. And I'm just like, every nail tech I go to, they always ask me, what's wrong with your hands? Like, why are your hands sweating? Or they ask me, am I nervous? Everybody's curious, and which I don't mind. It's something that a lot of people aren't used to. People are curious, so people ask questions. I don't mind people asking questions about my hands. But one thing I don't like is for you to make me feel crazy about my hands sweating. Like, I ain't like it. Like, really, my hands are starting to sweat right now because I'm talking about it. My hands are sweating bullets. I'm trying to come out my jacket. I got on a sweatshirt, first of all, and I got on a jacket because it was a little chilly that day. So I'm trying to come out my clothes while she filing one hand. I'm coming out of one shoulder. And then when she filed the other, I'm coming out the other one. So she's like, what's wrong with your hands? Why are your hands like this? Like, are you nervous? Like, what is this? Why are your hands wet? I said, my hands sweat. It's just something that happens It's not anything contagious. Like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So she was like, yeah, when I do your acrylic, I need your hands to be all the way dry. And I'm like, okay, you ain't got to the acrylic yet. Keep filing. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. So she's like, oh, that's really wet. They're really wet. Like, she just keeps staring at them in disgust. And I'm just like, staring back at her. And so it's a guy working next to her. She starts talking in her language to the guy working next to her. And then he starts talking to me in English. He's like, oh yeah, she wants to know why are your hands doing that. I said, she just asked me that. And I told her that it's just something that happens in my life. I mean, I don't know. And so then she asked me, have I been to the doctor? Like, is there a cure? I need to go get a cure. I'm like, I didn't know that my hands were such a problem for you that I need to go to the hospital. And the doctor, like, are you going to pay for that? So I said, is there a cure? Like, is nothing wrong with me? She was like, you need to go get a cure. You need to go get that stopped. Like, have you been to see if you can get a cure? I'm like, can you just get to my fill-in? Can you just get to my fill-in? Cousin is standing next to me by this point because she picked me out some colors to choose from. I mean, she can tell that I'm uncomfortable because this is a touchy subject for me. I don't like to hold people's hands. Like, it was a very touchy subject as a child. Like, during prayer at church, I wouldn't hold the kids' hands in like Bible study and stuff because they're always like, ew, what's wrong with your hands? And that's exactly how she was treating me. I'm uncomfortable AF. Like, I'm just like, okay, bitch. Like, then I'm just like, I mean, there's a surgery that I can get to remove all of the sweat glands out of my hand, but there's a lot of possible side effects. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me that I need to go under the knife. You feel me? So I'm just like, I'm not getting a cure. And she's just like, okay, well, I need your hands to stop so I can finish your acrylic. I'm like, and I look up at the thermostat on the wall next to me. The temperature says 80 degrees. Baby, maybe that's why my hands are activating, okay? Like, why is it 80 degrees in here? Like, the heat was on 80. Like, I could hear something pumping, and if the thermostat says 80, your heat is on, boo. Like, that's why I'm so hot. That's why my hands are sweating. Like, most of the time, they don't have an excuse. Like, right now, they're just getting wet because I'm discussing them. But they are heat sensitive. So, like, your thermostat on 80 and you expect me not to be hot. Well, at every other nail salon I go to, if they put the fan on, I could just dry my hand. So she pulls out a little baby fan and sits it on the counter. And I start drying my palms off. I just put my hand in front of the fan like this. And while she's filing this hand. So then when she files this hand, I put this hand under the fan. Then my hand stops sweating. So I'm like, that's all you had to do. Bloop, thank you. She already pissed me off because she was talking about me. Second of all, she gets to filing. She gets to filling. And they're lumpy AF. Like, they're lumpy. They're not, like, close to my cuticle line. Like, it still looked like I need a fill-in. Like, I was unimpressed with her work. She was rough. She didn't pay attention to detail. Like, she would just, I didn't like her. So then she finally finished like filing and everything and adding all the acrylic and all that. And she added the acrylic, she did the fill-in, then she buffed it down to like even it out into the nail I already had. But then I guess she saw a spot she missed and she went back and put some more acrylic on there on each nail and then didn't buff that out. So you could see the plain line where her acrylic stopped and where my original acrylic started. Like, it was like, bloop, bloop, like, okay, bye. Like, you supposed to buff that back out, baby. Bruh. But, of course, I couldn't notice that until she started putting polish on my hand. So, my cousin picked me out a color. It was a beautiful color. I love the color. It was called Just Spotted a Lizard by OPI. It was really bomb. I didn't notice the hump until she put the polish on there. So when she put the polish on, I'm like, what is that lump? I'm like, is that, like, the polish is lumpy? Or that's the nail? I let it go because it was already like time for them to close. So I'm like, I'm gonna just go sit in the dryer. Then after it dries, I get to look at it. I'm like, damn, lumpy AF. Like, what is that? Then I realize it's the acrylic. I'm like, and there's a sign sitting like on the dryer that said, if you're not happy with your service, tell us the same day and we'll repeat the service within 3 days. But she already pissed me off so bad. She offended me. So I was like, I don't even want to be here anymore. So I'm like, forget it. So I just leave. I pay my little $17 and I leave. I was mad. I left. But as you can see, these nails are not lumpy. They're not lumpy. My nails are on fleek. This color is called Sitting Under the Apple Tree. It's not really showing up on camera, but it's pretty like, it's like a really soft like green. In the bottle, it looked like a Granny Smith apple. But anyway, so I went back home to Greensboro this weekend, and I went back to the nail tech who originally did my full set. And I was like, look, because I actually broke a nail. I broke a nail this past weekend. I broke this nail, and I wasn't happy. If you follow me on Snapchat, you already knew that, because you saw how mad I was. And matter of fact, follow me on Snapchat. But anyway, so I broke a nail. I needed a repair. And I needed my nails buffed out because I wasn't having that. And plus I needed a polish change because that was a different nail salon, so they ain't had the same colors. So I go to her and I'm like, can you buff my nails back down? Because the lady I went to did a trash job. And she was like, yes, I can do that. That'll be $7 plus your repair, $3, which will make it $10. Okay, cool. She does my repair. Repair looks great. She takes the polish off or whatever and starts to buff. And then she realizes that my nails are already lifting. Like, where the lady did the fill-in, that acrylic was already lifting. Like, it wasn't the acrylic from the original full set. It was the acrylic around my nail cuticle was already lifting. And it had only been like 2 days. 2 days and I'm already lifting? So I was like, oh no, oh no. She was like, you need to get a refill because I would need to refill that. I would need to buff that off, what she did, and give you a fill-in all over again. For real? Like, I gotta pay for another fill-in? But I'm like, you know what? A fill-in is $15. I'm about to pay $10 to get a buff and a repair, so I might as well just pay the $15 and get the fill-in all over again. So I'm like, go ahead and do the fill-in, girl. So she buffs away the crap that the other lady did, and then she gives me a proper fill-in. So now my nails are back on fleek. She doesn't offend me about my sweaty palms. She just gives me the fan politely and asks me to dry my hands off, and I do so, and then she fills me in. So I also got some other things in the mail while I was home. I had just ordered a new set of brushes, so this was in the mail when I got home. This is a 22-piece brush set from Coastal Scents, and it also includes the carrying case, and it was on sale. It's already, like, they already have great prices, but it was on an even better sale. I think it's originally $34.99, but I caught it on sale at $24.99. Holla at your girl. I love a bargain. So I was excited about that. So it comes in this carrying case, and it got a little dirty, a little concealer on there. But it comes in this really cool carrying case. I'm so excited. I haven't had new brushes in a while. But I got some new ones now. It has everything you need, and I will show you the ones I've used so far. Of course, you can tell this one has been used because it's got cheeky bronze all in it. And I didn't wash this one before this video because it's still a little cheeky bronze in there. Like, I wasn't quite ready to wash all that cheeky bronze out. So this is the fan brush, which I used to apply my highlighter today. And you see I'm glowing like Jesus wanted me to. And also, these are the other main 3 brushes that I have been using. I've been using this one to apply my Laura Mercier setting powder. This one is my favorite. This is what I use to apply my foundation. This is a really nice brush. I really like this one. I was expecting it to be a little more dense than this, but it applies my foundation beautifully and no streaks. I love that. And this one, of course, a concealer brush. It's just a flat, thin concealer brush. I actually used it today, but I did clean them before I recorded this video because I just didn't want to have no dirty brushes up here. But anyway, it snaps up. If I can snap it, Lord. It snaps and it has Coastal Scents on the front. It just looked like a little clutch or something. Like, okay, well, I'm ready. Yes, clutch. CoastalScents.com. Go check their site out and see if they've got any brushes you like or anything else. They've got other nice things. The Reveal 2 palette that I love so much, that you've seen so much on my channel, that is from Coastal Scents. Check their site out. And also, I got a package from Bovanti. Bovanti Cosmetics has sent your girl some new foundation. Y'all seen this before because I used it all up. Like, I used to use this every tutorial because it's bomb. It's what I have on right now, actually. It's their matte finish foundation. And I'm in the shade Warm Cognac. And you can order this online. And they also have a location in Atlanta, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Greensboro, North Carolina. So, go check that out. This is... Let's see. I'll show it to you. It's a really, like, it's not even, I don't really want to call this a liquid foundation because it's so much like a cream, but it's a liquid at the same time. Like, I don't know, it's a creamy liquid. I really like this foundation. And this is by Bovanti Cosmetics. So they sent me my shade again. Thank you, Bovanti. Thank you. They also sent me a foundation brush. It's the Duo Fiber. I did use this brush to apply my foundation today, but I cleaned it because I didn't want to have no dirty brush up here. But this brush applied it really well. When I owned this foundation before, I applied it with my beauty blender most of the time. Yeah, I believe I was applying it with my beauty blender, which still gave a flawless finish. And I've also applied it with like a flat top powder brush. That gave it a really nice finish. But this one, I believe this is my favorite application actually, because when using the powder brush, I feel like I was using more product than needed. I feel like it wasn't spreading evenly, so that caused me to have to dip back into it and the brush was soaking up all the product. But this brush really distributed the product evenly. It was flawless, like it wasn't streaking. And I used it with the matte finish foundation today. So I will have a tutorial coming to show you how to get this flawless application with this foundation and this brush. Perfect combo. I will leave their info below. And I will leave the Coastal Scents link to that brush set below. I will not leave that nail salon link below though, because don't go there. And I don't know if she was just mad because I came in there so late. So maybe she did that on purpose, because the girl that I work with, her nails be popping. So maybe she just didn't like me. It doesn't matter because I like me. I love me. Oh. And another thing, have y'all ever heard of Firmoo.com? Like, I just ordered some new specs from there and I can't wait to get them in the mail. When I do receive them, I will tell y'all more about them, but there will be a discount code coming, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support, and don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, and tell a friend, and tell your baby mama's cousins, little sisters, niece, auntie, all of them. Don't forget to tell everybody you know about Be The Beat. I need y'all to know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Beats and love.